I spent just one donghua on a bot ride. The next day, I got a Pagani Zonda worth 75 million. I bought a serving of stinky tofu with my bank card. $1 billion appeared in my account instantly. I paid my rent to the landlady just once and ended up with a 50 billion donghua hilltop villa. All because I met a gold digger on a blind date. I bought a soda in anger to calm my nerves and suddenly awakened to spend money to get revenge system. Spend to get rich system activated because you spent 3 yuan buying a bottle of Coca-Cola. You are rewarded with a Pagani Zonda worth 75 million. I touched the key that appeared in my pocket. I almost spat my soda all over the receptionist. I rushed outside, and just as I stepped out, I saw a crowd gathered in a circle. I could faintly hear them marveling at the luxury car. My hands trembled as I pressed the Pagani key. The roar of the supercar engine erupted instantly. It scared the surrounding crowd into backing away. Then, their envious gazes all converged on me. This Pagani Zonda in this expensive city of Shanghai. Luxury cars worth millions are everywhere, but a supercar king worth tens of millions is rare. It's actually real. I silently put away the car keys. I took a deep breath. Is my life really about to change forever? Yi Yang, is that really you? A sweet voice interrupted my thoughts. I turned my head and saw her looking surprised. It was the pure beauty, Lin Shuer, the girl I had a crush on in high school. To meet here after 4 years. I was quite surprised too. I waved generously at the cute, pure girl. Long time no see. I didn't expect you to be driving a luxury car. Lin Shuer looked at me with envy. She started streaming after graduating college. She happened to be filming on the street today. She heard the roar of the supercar and came over out of curiosity to unexpectedly run into her old crush. Ha, just getting by. Damn, the streamer actually knows such a CU guy. Shuer, if you can land this old classmate, that's better than being an influencer with millions of fans. Is this our future brother-in-law? The top donors tonight are going to be furious. The she trim went wild instantly. A Pagani Zonda. Only 20 were ever made worldwide. Being able to get your hands on this top-tier supercar doesn't just represent endless money. It also represents immense power behind the scenes. Stop talking nonsense. He's just a regular old classmate. Lin Shuer blushed deeply at their comments. Just then, a loud, rough door opening sound echoed. A heavily made-up woman ran out angrily. You poor loser. You scumbag. You ran off without paying for our date. Are you even a man? Zhang Yan cursed loudly, but halfway through, she went silent. Her eyes were fixed on the supercar in front of her. I've hit the jackpot today. No matter what. I have to get into this luxury car today. Gold digger. Zhang Yan felt her throat go dry. After all, the chance to change her life was right there. Who are you? How dare you insult Brother Yi? Lin Shuer was furious seeing Zhang Yan's shamelessness, cursing her crush the moment she saw him. She was truly angry. And who are you, you little slut? How dare you point fingers at me? But I'm in a good mood today, so I won't argue with you. By the way, let me give you some advice. Don't get attached to this poor loser. If a woman doesn't marry a rich man, she'll regret it. Driving a Pagani Zonda, and he's still called a poor loser? Damn, seriously? Look at her. She looks like a potato. The onlookers were shocked by her words. Is this woman out of her mind? What are you all talking about? How could a supercar driver be a poor loser? Zhang Yan sneered, thinking the crowd was incredibly stupid. Lin Shuer bit her lip, but her upbringing kept her from arguing in the street. Don't mind a woman brainwashed by toxic social media. I haven't eaten yet anyway. It's been years. Let me treat you to a meal. I waved my hand dismissively and opened the door of the Zonda. Are you sure? Lin Shuer looked at the luxury car, feeling a bit embarrassed. Cars are meant for driving, right? Get in. I waved again. Brother Yi, then I won't be polite. Lin Shuer nodded and sat in the passenger seat. I stepped on the gas. The roar of the supercar echoed through the street, and we vanished in an instant, leaving behind a stunned crowd. And Zhang Yan, full of regret, she fell to her knees in agony and started crying messily. That potato really brought this on herself. A super rich guy like that. And she didn't even cherish the opportunity he gave her. The crowd clearly understood what happened. None of your business. That rich guy must be mine. Zhang Yan screamed hysterically at the crowd, but was dragged back by the shop clerk to pay her bill. By a roadside stinky tofu stall, I got out of the car with Lin Shuer. Even though I was just gifted a luxury car, I was still broke. If I really wanted to treat her to a fancy meal, I couldn't afford it. Just as I was about to apologize, the chat exploded. A rich guy with such down-to-earth taste. He's actually eating at a roadside stall. Is this what a down-to-earth rich guy is like? He's so handsome. I'm in love. It turned out that on the way here, the rich guy slapping the gold digger in the face had caused the she trim to explode to over 100,000 viewers, with the viewer count surging like this. Lin Shuer couldn't bear to turn off the she trim. Brother Yi, don't mind what they said. I shook my head, not caring, and spoke to the stall owner. But 2 orders of grilled cold noodles. Everything extra, extra sweet and sour. I didn't expect you to remember I love sweet and sour. Lin Shuer was deeply moved. So you like sweet and sour too? I scratched my head. Then 2 orders, extra sweet and sour. Lin Shuer couldn't help but laugh. She realized she was just overthinking it. Spent 20 yuan on grilled cold noodles, rewarded with 1 billion in cash. My hand trembled as I took the noodles. The Lamborghini was already luxurious enough, but now, buying noodles, I got a reward of 1 billion in cash. This is insane. You eat first. I quickly opened my phone. Seeing the balance of 1,932.23, I was overjoyed. It's really a billion. For someone like me, 10 luxury cars wouldn't give me the security of a billion. I felt so satisfied. With this billion, I can lie worry-free for the rest of my life. After all, this is what everyone chases their whole lives. A whole billion. I'm in a good mood today. After we finish, I'll treat you to milk tea, I said heroically. Now, with the cash and the car verified, spending money is my revenge. I need to find reasons to spend more money. Damn, the rich guy is treating her to drinks too. How GE would be furious if he saw this. How GE is nothing. This is a super rich guy who drives a Lamborghini Veneno. Who is he to compete? True. It looks like Shuer is really going to make it big. The she trim got even hotter as I watched. Slapping the gold digger, supercars, a rich guy eating at a street stall. All these factors made the she trim explode. The viewer count broke the 300,000 mark. After finishing the extra large noodles, I took Lin Shuer to a high-end milk tea shop. Based on my experience just now, the more I spend, the bigger the reward. I need to verify my theory. Brother Yi, you paid for the food. Let me pay for the drinks. I can't let you keep paying. Lin Shuer said shyly. If you want to treat me to a big meal later. We can chat on WeChat. I smiled. Now that I have the system, I need to spend money and enjoy it. What if the system disappears tomorrow? That would be terrible. The shop owner was sharp. Seeing this beautiful couple walk in, she recommended the childhood sweethearts couple set. Even a poor intern Liu has such a beautiful girlfriend. What a waste. Just as I was about to pay, a sarcastic voice came from behind. I turned around. Behind me was a middle-aged man with glasses, looking like a hypocrite, holding a heavily made-up woman, standing right behind me. I knew this guy all too well. Jean Boujing, the intern team leader at my company. He used his connections to get a small position and acts like he's the bot every day. He's given me plenty of trouble before. I didn't expect to run into him here. You haven't even been paid your intern salary yet, right? Ha! Broke and still trying to pick up girls? Jean Boujing tightened his grip on the woman's waist, causing her to act coy. His jealousy wasn't without reason. The intern girls he had his eyes on all admired Yi Yang because he was handsome, and ignored him completely. Damn it, these kids who haven't been hit by reality. They don't know the power of money yet. The handsome guy they admire. I've been trying to sabotage him all month, making his life miserable. He felt a sense of accomplishment until he saw Yi Yang with someone even prettier than the interns. A super pure beauty. This made him burn with jealousy. He immediately prepared to pick a fight. So you ordered the childhood sweethearts set? Fine, I'll buy every single one of those in this shop. Milk tea isn't cheap, especially in Shanghai. Buying 100 cups would cost thousands. John, you're so CU. These interns can't compare to your class. The woman flattered him excessively. Lin Shuer said repeatedly. The she-trim exploded again. Why is this guy so arrogant? Wow, unbelievable. Trying to show off in front of a real rich guy? Is he out of his mind? Just spending a few thousand and acting so proud of himself. It's hilarious. I can't wait for you to slap him in the face. Slapping the gold digger, supercar, rich guy eating noodles. These three things brought hundreds of thousands to the she-trim. Now, another problem arises. Some hypocrite shows up out of nowhere, daring to show off his money to a rich guy. The viewers were furious and kept donating, begging Yi to slap him back. Yi wasn't a man without a temper, but now that he had the system, his mindset was completely different. The way to slap him back wouldn't be a verbal fight. The more I spend, the better the reward. A mocking smile appeared on his lips. He turned to the owner and said grandly, I'll buy all the milk tea in this shop. As expected of a rich guy. What a big spender. So see you. What? Are you crazy? Can you even afford that? Jean Boujing was stunned. He knew Yi too well. The intern had no money at all this month. He was waiting for his salary to survive. And now he wants to spend tens of thousands buying out the whole shop? How dare he? He thought about it. He relaxed and sneered. Ha, just acting tough for face. I bet you can't even pay. A poor loser embarrassing himself in front of a goddess. Brother Yi, maybe forget it. Lin Shuer tried to persuade him. Yi shook his head with a smile. He handed his card to the owner. Swipe it. But young man, my shop makes nearly 100,000 a day. Even with a 20% discount, that's 80,000. The owner tried to talk him out of it. It's not worth it for a moment of pride. She could tell he wasn't wearing anything expensive. He was probably just an intern. Don't give me a discount. He was shocked when she offered a discount. The more I spend, the better the reward. If I get a discount, I'll lose money. I don't want that. Ha ha ha. This is a real rich guy. He feels insulted by a discount. So enviable. So see you. When can I lie a life like that? The viewers continued to fantasize, thinking he refused the discount because he felt insulted. That's why he refused. Wow, the kid actually swiped the card. Jean Boujing was stunned. A small intern. Where did he get all that money? I must be dreaming. He shook his head, unable to believe it. His face felt like it was burning. Fine, fine. The owner smiled bitterly. She swiped the card. We'll use all our ingredients today. Just for you. Yi pointed at Jean Boujing. Except for these two. You can sell to whoever you want. He basically bought the shop's operating rights for the day. The whole shop is his. If he says he won't sell to them, then he won't. Ding. Detected that the host spent 100,000 to buy the shop. Reward, ownership of the Imperial Commercial Building. The Imperial Commercial Building? Isn't that the building where my company is? A playful look appeared in Ye's eyes. You're openly going against me. Jean Boujing was furious. His face was burning. Against you? You're not worthy. Yi shook his head and smiled. He didn't plan to pay attention to Jean Boujing. Now he has $1 billion in cash and a supercar. And he's a big shot who owns a commercial building. A guy like Jean Boujing isn't even worthy of shining his shoes. I'm telling you, you're done. Tomorrow at work, I'll have my brother-in-law fire you. Jean Boujing had some savings, but spending over 100,000 just to show off, he couldn't afford it. So he lost the battle, but he couldn't lose his dignity. He threatened him. No, Jean, this shop's milk tea is the best. I want to drink this. Don't tell me you can't even beat a poor intern. The woman said, disappointed. Jean Boujing was so angry he could vomit blood. Why is this stupid woman so blind? Does she really want to force me to spend 100,000? Why did I bring such an idiot out? Here is your milk tea. Please take it. The owner watched Jean Boujing's pathetic state and was very happy. Although spending 100,000 in anger seemed unwise, but I have to say, it felt really good. Still standing there? Maybe you'll get some by tomorrow. Yi shrugged. He took the milk tea and walked out with Lin Shuer, leaving behind a pale-faced man. Jean Boujing was trembling with rage, and the woman beside him, still whining and crying. Yi, if I don't have my brother-in-law fire you tomorrow, I'll take your last name and be your son. He roared. Yi stopped at the door. Forget it. I don't want a son like you. I started my supercar. Lin Shuer laughed out loud. Brother Yi, you're so see-you. Look at that hypocrite. He's about to break his phone. Just getting by. Yi smiled. The real show starts tomorrow. By the way, Brother Yi, that guy seems to have a lot of power in your company. Will he give you trouble tomorrow? Lin Shuer was worried. Yi patted his steering wheel. The meaning was clear. Right, Brother Yi is a big shot now. He should be the one in trouble. Lin Shuer smiled sweetly. Alright, it's getting late. Let me take you home. Yi stepped on the gas. The supercar's roar erupted again, like a shadow moving through the busy streets of Shanghai. Fuhua Apartments. Lin Shuer is just a small influencer, but with a few top donors. She gets a good cut of the gifts. Her apartment is much nicer than Ye's. I'm heading off then. Brother Yi, I'll treat you to a big meal soon. Lin Shuer held up her phone, indicating they should stay in touch, taking Shuer home personally. Hey, when the top donor sees this, he's going to have high blood pressure. I think so too. Watching the rich guy today was so satisfying. So satisfying. The She Trim's popularity remained high after Yi left. They all want to see the top donor's reaction tonight. And if the rich guy will show up again. Driving his supercar, Yi returned to his apartment in Manhwa. It was already 3 p.m. Manhwa is mostly for low-income workers. Most of them have never seen such a nice car. The Lamborghini drove in, causing countless gasps and onlookers. When Yi stepped out, the surprise grew even bigger. Why would a super rich guy come to Manhwa? The residents passing by could come up with a dozen stories. Lia 11 IO romance novel. Zhang Yi, I've transferred the rent for this month. After getting inside, Yi transferred the money. The rent he had been behind on. He felt a bit more confident. Did you strike it rich somewhere? Zhang Yi looked at the transfer in disbelief. Not only did he pay the back rent, but there was extra. You've taken good care of me these months, Zhang Yi. It's only right. Yi didn't explain. He just smiled. Ding. Detected that the host paid 5,000 in rent. Reward, a hilltop villa in Yunding, worth 880 million. Top-tier hilltop villa. The property deed has been added to your inventory. Yes, heart skipped a beat. After the Lamborghini, the billion in cash and the commercial building. He had some mental defense against sudden wealth. He opened the system's inventory. Inside, besides the property deed, there were many other documents, including the deed for the commercial building. Maybe because there were too many documents. So the system skipped the details. So he didn't notice it at first. My daughter likes you so much. Taking care of you is only right. Wait, by the way you're talking. Are you moving out? Zhang Yi asked uncertainly. Debt, Zhang Yi. Yi said with a smile. With the revenge system, he had planned to buy a new place, maybe a top-tier mansion like Thompson Riviera. He didn't expect that after paying rent, the system would reward him with a Yunding villa. Compared to this level of villa, Thompson Riviera is just a regular mansion. It's just a mansion. Compared to this famous villa, they aren't even in the same lick. Zhang Yi was a bit anxious. Isn't it nice living here? If you move out, Qianqian will blame me. Yi scratched his head. Now that he has a super villa, he can't keep living here. But Zhang Yi has been very kind to him. That's why he paid extra rent. Zhang Yi looked at Yi. She was quite satisfied with this young man. As a landlady, with 3 or 4 properties in Shanghai, she didn't lack money. She just wanted a good son-in-law. Yi is handsome, tall, and kind. He got a good job after graduation. He has a bright future. She really liked him. I know, you must have gotten your salary. That's why you want a better apartment. I have a nice apartment in Fuhua. The tenant is moving out tomorrow. It's perfect for you. Just right. I'll give you a 30% discount. Just pay 3,000 for the rent. My daughter wanted Yi Yang to move in, but Yi Yang didn't want to owe any favors. He insisted on staying at Manhwa Apartments. Now is the perfect chance to have him move. Zhang Yi's words touched Yi Yang deeply. Fuhua Apartments are high-end units. The rent is at least 5,000. Charging me 3,000? That's a total loss for her. I didn't expect this from Zhang Yi. I feel a bit embarrassed. I just bought a place in Shanghai. I'm back to pick up some important things. Yi Yang said casually, I bought a house. Zhang Yi was stunned. She knew Yi Yang's financial situation. Otherwise, he wouldn't be in Manhwa Apartments. She knew how high housing prices are here. A place costs at least several million. How could an intern have that much money? Buying a house so suddenly? When the movers arrive later, tell them to take everything to the Cao Top Villa. Villa number 1 will do. Yi Yang smiled. What's wrong? Zhang Yi, is there a problem? Seeing Zhang Yi's suspicious look, Yi Yang felt a bit guilty. Did the poor boy get bullied at work again? Why is he starting to hallucinate? Zhang Yi looked at her future son-in-law with pity, then touched his forehead. She asked, you don't have a fever, do you? Oh no, he's actually lost it. Yi Yang gave a bitter smile. He understood why Cao Top was famous. In all of Shanghai and China, it's definitely the top-tier luxury villa area. Only the elite lie there. Super rich people. Even the tech giants have property there. It's a completely different world from normal life. A legendary mansion that only exists in rumors. When Yi Yang said he owned one, it was no wonder she thought he was crazy. Helplessly, he had to show his exclusive Cao Top access card. This can't be faked, right? The access card is a supreme piece of jade and gold. The craftsmanship alone is worth millions. It's impossible to fake. Even for a rich woman with several properties, when Zhang Yi took the card, her hands were trembling. This is at Cao Top Villa. Compared to the elite living there, I'm basically a beggar. Oh my god, she was speechless. If he had just bought a regular apartment, she might think he did something wrong. But at Cao Top Villa worth hundreds of millions? He couldn't have done anything bad to get that. She looked at Yi Yang, imagining countless novel-like scenarios. Could he be a super rich heir out for training? Has the 3-year trial period ended? Is he going back to inherit the family fortune? Or did he fall for Qianqian at first sight, hiding his identity to lie here, just to get close to her? By the time Zhang Yi came to her senses, she realized Yi Yang had already slipped away. Sigh, this boy is truly full of surprises. I have to contact Qianqian immediately. Such a super rich heir. Qianqian can't miss this chance. She felt lucky she had treated him so well. The Lamborghini Veneno sped along, drawing countless stares and gasps. It finally stopped in front of Cao Top. What's going on? Yi Yang saw a group of beauties in black stockings. Oh wait, it's the property management team. Are you Mr. Yi? A security guard asked respectfully. It's me. Yi Yang was still confused. Congratulations on buying the King of Villas. Number 1. Our management team organized a welcome ceremony to give you an imperial homecoming experience. Beside the guard, a polite, stunning team leader in black stockings explained respectfully to Yi Yang. The Lamborghini was driven into the garage by a pro. Yi Yang was surrounded by the beauty team, getting a tour of the villa area. This here is our King of Villas. Number 1. The team leader had an extraordinary aura, beautiful and busty. She brushed against Yi Yang's arm as they walked, making his heart race. Growing up, even though some girls chased him, Being surrounded by so many beauties willingly wanting to melt into him was a first-time experience. Is this what being rich is like? Yi Yan felt secretly thrilled. Since they were throwing themselves at him, he wouldn't refuse. He relaxed his mind, enjoying the soft stimulation along the way. I have to say, this gathering place for the elite was more luxurious than Yi Yang could imagine. This isn't just a villa area, it's an entire estate. His villa occupied an entire hilltop, golf course, climate control, pool, and stables included. In a city where land is worth gold, this villa only cost 880 million. Yi Yan thought it was a steal. Regarding cleaning and maintenance, the area has professional golden tier maids. You can also hire your own on job sites. Your own private team leader, Yumomo said in a soft voice, hinting with charm. Got it. Yi Yan nodded with a smile. After Yumomo showed him every corner of the house, she stood at the door, blushing as she looked at him. This is my WeChat. I'm your designated private villa consultant. If you need anything, no matter how late, I will come over to serve you personally. Yumomo looked at Yi Yang with watery eyes. She emphasized personal door-to-door service. Everyone living here is a top-tier billionaire, usually quite old. Someone like Yi Yang, handsome, young, and super rich, is a rare gem. How precious is that? Having spent years in this elite circle, she knew it all too well. To her, Yi Yang was a dream prince. Got it. Yi Yan nodded knowingly. After sending off the beautiful Yumomo, he let out a long breath. He jumped back and lay comfortably on the Baker Supreme Tier sofa in the hall. According to Yumomo, this sofa alone cost 8 figures. Baker is a supplier for the White House and Oscars. This is what you call life. Yi Yan suddenly felt thirsty. He went to the wine cellar, opening a bottle of Romani Conti worth 100k UETD, savoring the taste of money on his tongue. Looks like I need to hire some maids soon. Otherwise, I have to open the wine myself. Shouldn't have let Yumomo leave while Yi Yang was enjoying his wine. All the financial giants in the Empire Building were staying up all night, holding emergency meetings. The Empire Building has 188 floors, one of the most famous in Shanghai. Many international and top Chinese firms are here. The higher the floor, the stronger the company. Now, these powerful chairmen were gathered together. Have you heard? The owner, Mr. Li, sold the building this afternoon to a mysterious Mr. Yi for 300 billion. Mr. Yi is now the official owner. Debt. He is incredibly mysterious. The only info we can find is that he bought the king of villas at Saotop, the one even the tech giants couldn't buy, the one that wasn't for Zio at any price. The chairman all gasped in SOC. How terrifying must Mr. Yi's power be? Alright, top floor tenants. The chairman of the finance firm knocked on the table. He represented all the chairmen, the most powerful tenant in the building. We're holding this meeting to pick a representative to contact Mr. Yi. If we all contact him individually, he might get annoyed and kick us out of the building. Leasing in this building is not like renting a normal house. It's a completely different concept. Just the bottom floor costs millions in rent per year. The minimum lease is 10 years. That means for one floor, a lease costs tens or hundreds of millions. This can affect a firm's cash flow, meaning from today on, every time a 10-year lease expires, Yi Yang gets over 10 billion in rent. If Yi Yang kicks them out, it would easily break their capital chain. The next 10-year lease is next month. We must keep Mr. Yi happy. Let's negotiate the contract first. The chairman all agreed. This is all the info we could find on Mr. Yi. Let's organize our requests tonight and contact him tomorrow. The chairman placed a sheet of paper on the table, a very thin page, yet it caused countless gasps. It had Yi Yang's name, photo, gender, and the Saotop Villa. He's so young. Saotop Villa number 1. Yi Yan lay comfortably on the baker's sofa, sipping his Romani Conti. Suddenly, his WeChat pinged. Seeing it was Lu Qianqian, Yi Yang's expression became interesting. She is Auntie Zhang's daughter. Ever since she moved in, she's been plotting against him. In short, she wants his body. Lu Qianqian is a proper beauty. 1.72 m tall, a 90+ score. Top-tier looks, rivaling Lin Shuer, a master's student at an Ivy League school. Her family owns 4 houses in Shanghai. Too bad Yi Yang hates the idea of being a kept man. He had always avoided her, but now that he has the means, he's much calmer. Brother Yi Yang, why did you move out? Didn't we agree you'd move to Fuhua if you didn't lie it? You broke your promise. She sent a sad emoji. Yi Yang couldn't help but scratch his head. I bought a house. Can't let the new place stay empty. He had to tell the truth. As a standard straight guy, he always relied on his looks to attract girls. Being a simp had nothing to do with him. As for those simps, they usually end up miserably. Goddesses usually lie. This kind of sunny, handsome, confident guy buying a house? My mom said you bought the king of villas at Saotop. I thought she was joking. Is it actually true? Brother Yi Yang, you're a super rich heir. Did you have your eye on me all along? Did you rent that place just to tempt me? I'm so touched. I'm taking leave to come back to you. I'll keep you in bed until you can't get up. Looking at her messages, Yi Yang didn't know whether to laugh or cry. If a girl likes you, even if you call her a pig, she'll automatically imagine you're calling her cute. So don't be a simp. Being a straight guy is the way. I'll be waiting. Yi Yang replied casually and ignored her. She just went back to the Ivy League for research. How could she just come back? Of course, she's joking. It's a deal then. In the US, Lu Qianqian blushed. It's the first time Brother Yi Yang was so direct. I'm so happy. She looked down at her chest, confident in her looks and body. As long as Yi Yang gives her a chance, she's confident she'll make him linger. He'll start falling for her. She messaged her advisor for leave. She should book her flight early. While Lu Qianqian was daydreaming, Yi Yang opened the Tremolo EP. Clicking on Lin Shuer, she trimmed. Lin Shuer does street photos by day and sings and dances at night. But she's clearly busy tonight because she was with the night god today, witnessing him slap a gold digger in the face and buying out a milk tea sop. Lin Shuer gained 200 to 300k followers. The new viewers were all asking her about Yi Yang. Shuer, What's your relationship with that god? He drove a Lamborghini Veneno. Yeah. The 70 million car 60O is VRO now. Everyone is discussing his true identity. Which rich family is he from? I want his contact info. I look pretty in drag. Get lost. The night god is mine. Lin Shuer looked at the comments, feeling happy yet a bit jealous. She wanted Yi Yang to be popular, but she had always liked him too. She felt a little jealous, but she understood. Such an excellent man. How could he not be popular? But looking at the comments, she was also surprised. She could tell that the car was expensive. At least a few million, but she didn't expect it to be 70 million. 70 million? What kind of concept is that? People only dream of winning 5 million in the lottery. Congrats to Hao Ji for the helicopter. Damn, Hao Ji is here. The show begins. Hao Ji is the top donor. He's been drooling over Shuer for ages. Now that everyone is talking about the night god, he's probably furious. Lin Shuer was slightly stunned. Why is this guy here again? Her heart was set on Yi Yang. She had no feelings for Hao Ji, but the more she showed she didn't lie him, the more he spent on gifts. He's a masochist. She couldn't understand it at all. In a villa in Kyoto, Hao Ji sat on his leather sofa, eyes glowing as he watched Lin Shuer. Such a fresh, pure beauty. Even with his experience, was a rare find. He spent a fortune on gifts every day, trying to crush her with money. But today, when he entered the Shitrim, everyone was talking about some night god. Instead of him, the big donor. Just as he was about to curse, who is this night god? A level 1 Otsao named night god entered, and the Shitrim went wild. Brother Yi, seeing Yi Yang enter, Lin Shuer's eyes lit up. Hao Ji sat on his sofa, his face turning red with rage. I spent thousands on you, and you ignore me? Now this level 1 Otsao comes in, does nothing, and you're calling him brother? Hao Ji gritted his teeth. You little nobody. Watch me crush you with gifts. Congrats to Hao Ji for the carnival. Level 1 Otsao announced to the whole Shitrim. Just as everyone was asking if this was the real god, the carnival effects filled the screen. Damn, Hao Ji is generous. 666,666. The Shitrim started a wave of praise for the top donor. Good evening, Shuer. The level 1 night god sent an untimely greeting. Amidst the sea of 666s, the night god is talking to the streamer. I'm so close to a god, I'm gonna faint. Does the night god need a maid? I look great in drag. It's you disgusting guy again. Get lost. Don't steal my man. Yi Yang's one sentence overshadowed the carnival, turning the Shitrim's momentum around. Damn. Hao Ji was completely stunned. What's going on? One sentence is better than my carnival? Who is this guy? He wasn't stupid. He realized Yi Yang might be a strong rival. He needed to take him seriously. You, Yi Yang, you're pretty cocky. Dare to compete? He challenged him directly. Damn, Hao Ji is jealous. I knew if Hao Ji found out, his blood pressure would spike. I wonder who's better. Is the God War starting? I caught it just in time. Grab your popcorn, front row seats, selling peanuts and seeds in the front row. The viewers were just there for the drama, egging them on. Yi Yang sipped his Romani Conti, a cold smile on his lips. He was looking for ways to spend money anyway. And here it is. What's a carnival? A sip of his wine is worth more than that. He typed 2 words, causing a climax in the Shitrim. The night god is truly a top-tier god. So cold and concise. Lia domineering 11 IO. So happy. The war is on. This is great. Hao Ji sat up excitedly, ready for action. I've never lost a head-on fight. He typed his arrogant declaration. Let's not play games. Keep it simple. Only carnivals. Let's see who can spend more. Don't lose your pants later and run away in shame. Whoa, Hao Ji is confident. Looks like he topped up a lot today. The night god is in trouble. The guy above is an idiot. The night god drives a 70 million car. Hao Ji is just a clown. The Shitrim was full of laughter, expecting the god war to begin. Yi Yang smiled slightly, typing, return the favor. Damn, he dares to talk back. Hao Ji was already red with rage, completely losing his mind. He set the carnival limit to 10 and clicked 10 times. 100 carnivals were sent out at once. Damn! 100 carnivals. Hao Ji is generous. A carnival costs 2,000 to 3,000. 100 of them is 200,000 to 300,000. Burning half a lifetime savings in seconds. The viewers were incredibly envious. How about that? I'll make you unable to keep up in the first round. A young kid dares to compete with me? How much allowance does your dad give you? Hao Ji didn't think Yi Yang had real money. He thought it was his dad's money. On the baker's sofa, Yi Yang shook his head, but smiled and set the carnival limit to 100. After 1 click, he sent another 101 carnivals. Just one more than Hao Ji. Ha ha ha. The night god's move is so smooth. 666. Just one more than him. Lin Shuer watched the endless carnivals, her heart pounding. In a blink, 400,000 to 500,000 in gifts flew by. She didn't care about Hao Ji, but Yi Yang was her man. How could she let him spend so much? Let's stop, brother Yi. She said softly. Your mom. Hao Ji exploded. Daring to slap my face. I'll show you your master's wealth. He topped up millions more in tremolo coins. The God War. I came from the other Shitrim just to watch this. Does anyone know why they're fighting? The God War between the two instantly pushed the Shitrim's heat over 1 million. The topic quickly climbed the trending list. The battle was about to start. I came from the trending list. Where's the war? The night god is the one who drove the Veneno and ate street food with the goddess. That 60O is VRO. The Shitrim's heat reached a staggering 2 million. Countless people were liking the Shitrim, begging for a more intense war. Want to show off in front of me? You're still too green. Hao Ji looked at his coins, confident. Another 100 carnivals to crush him. Yi Yang raised an eyebrow, sending another 101 carnivals. Always just one more than him. Hao Ji's face was flushed red, although he topped up hundreds of thousands. At this rate, he'd be broken 2 or 3 rounds. Another 100 and a carnival coming in, each time just targeting him alone. Richmond Zhang's face turned red, though he recharged hundreds of thousands. A few more rounds lie this and it's gone. And Yi Yang seemed like a bottomless pit. No matter how much he tipped, Yi Yang could effortlessly outspend him. Gulp. He felt a chill down his spine. His brain, once fueled by hormones, finally cooled down. Wait, was I just being played? Zheng Tuheo hesitated. After pacing the hall for a long time, he gritted his teeth and cursed. Forget it. I don't believe it. I'm over 30 years old, and I'm losing to a mere kid? With that, he dumped all his remaining coins. Congrats to Brother Hao for 199 carnivals. Whoa, is Brother Hao finally going all out? Can Night God keep up? 199 carnivals. That's nearly 500,000 yuan, right? That's not a small amount. Spending a fortune for a beauty. So see you. If I were that rich, I'd be so happy. This wave of gifts pushed the atmosphere to a climax, and while everyone else was excited, Yi Yang just shook his head. If he had seen someone drop hundreds of thousands before, he might have been envious. But for him now, this really wasn't a big deal. With a casual tap for 999 carnivals, Yi Yang tossed his phone aside, because he knew Brother Hao was already broken. He couldn't possibly keep up. The moment those 999 carnivals flashed by, everyone was stunned. The Shi trim of 2 million people went silent as a graveyard. Lin Shuer covered her mouth, her eyes wide with SOC. 999 carnivals. 2 million yuan. This is insane. After a long while, someone in the chat finally reacted, typing with trembling fingers. Is this what a real tycoon is? I'm bowing down. The chat flooded with too scary for a long time. Just a flick of a finger, and 2 million is gone. This is just inhumane. Zheng Tuheo slumped on his sofa, giving up the struggle entirely. His previous guess was right. He had run into a real super rich heir. Although he had money, he was just a small bot in the capital. His total assets were barely worth a few months of this. Spending $1 million in one go just now was only because he was blinded by anger and her beauty. He paid the price. Sigh, I kicked a steel plate. He silently opened his ZP, covering his face in shame. Just a moment ago, he was mocking the other guy, telling him not to run away with his tail between his legs. Now, not even 10 minutes later, those words were slapped right back onto his own face. Smack. Why is Brother Hao silent? No movement for a while. Didn't you see? He's already off the viewer list. He ran away. Ha ha ha. I thought he was going to counter with a massive 4-digit carnival explosion. Trash. It's just that our Night God's move was too big, scaring him into tears. This tycoon war ended with Yi Yang's 999 carnivals, and tonight would be Yi Yang's legendary battle on Douyin. The name Night God hit the top of the trending list. Super Tycoon appears. 2 million in 1 second. What deep meaning lies behind 999 carnivals? Tycoon war reveals a hidden king. 999 carnivals. Beauty streamer gains 3 million followers overnight. Countless people came for the fame, following Yi Yang directly. Overnight, Yi Yang's followers hit 5 million, surpassing Lin Shuer herself. This left them both speechless. Is money really more attractive than beauty? Yi Yang looked at the 5 million followers, shaking his head with a smile. He might be the first person on the web to have 5 million followers on Douyin without posting a single 60O. In his DMs, countless girls sent revealing photos, frantically messaging Yi Yang, trying to catch his attention. Yi Yang even suspected that if his address were leaked, these women would pack his villa full. Too scary. Yi Yang, annoyed, turned on his privacy settings, blocking these gold-digging, brainless goddesses. I'm so sorry for the trouble, Brother Yi. After the Shi trim ended, Lin Shuer kept explaining on WeChat. Should I just return the money you tipped? Yi Yang had tipped way too much. She couldn't just accept it without worry. She didn't want Brother Yi to think she was a gold digger. Don't talk about that. Didn't you say you'd treat me to a meal? Just use that as the payment. Yi Yang sent a casual message, then lazily headed to the master bedroom. After a tense and exciting day, the Romani Conti wine started to kick in. He fell into a beautiful sleep, ending his first day of revenge. Phew. Day 2. Waking up on a multi-million doula handmade cherrywood bed. Sunlight shone through the floor-to-ceiling windows onto his face, making him feel incredibly comfortable and warm. Is this the sense of security a tycoon has? In his previous life, Yi Yang was always worried about making money. It seems from today on, he'll have to worry about how to spend it. Though it's still worry, at least it's a happy kind. Right, I tipped so much money last night. There should be some rewards, right? I was too drunk on that expensive wine to notice. I must have missed the system notification. That wine really has a kick. But waking up, I feel incredibly refreshed, not hungover at all. Maybe that's the true charm of the king of wines. Wait, I remember now. Yi Yang suddenly tapped his head last night before passing out from the wine. Just for a split second. The system notification. Ding. Detected 2.68 million contest. Triggered special reward. Mastery of Chinese martial arts. Could it be that my lack of a headache isn't just the wine, but because my physical stats improved? Yi Yang leaped up, finding himself light as a feather, nearly hitting the 4-meter-high ceiling. Whoa, it's true. He didn't even need to test his skills. A casual jump of 4 meters. The world record is only 3. This is already beyond the realm of normal humans. This feeling of boundless energy. Why I could fight for 7 days and nights without fatigue. Nye. Yi Yang clenched his fist, feeling the extreme energy within him. His confidence skyrocketing. Refreshed after a good sleep. Now that I'm rich, it's time to get back to my parents, Yi Yang muttered. He had originally planned to use half his first internship salary to buy them some gifts. But now he didn't need to save. The massage chair mom wanted for years. The top-tier fishing rod dad always dreamed of. The new laptop for his sister. Buy. Yi Yang opened the EP and placed all the orders. He was sure his parents and sister would be happy. These things weren't cheap for normal people. But together they were only a few tens of thousands. Yi Yang wasn't satisfied. Repaying his parents is never enough. The system only gave a 100 million deposit reward this time. It seems the system rewards more the more you spend. The amount already spent was just random rewards. It seems learning how to spend is a real skill. Yi Yang listened to the rewards, pondering the system's patterns. I'll wire 200,000 to my parents' Otsao too. Yi Yang made up his mind. Since I'm heading to the Empire building to check my new property, I'll stop by the bank to transfer the money. The reason for 200,000. Not because he's stingy, but if he sent $1 million, the old folks might worry he did something illegal in the city. A lecture on how to be a good person would surely follow. Donghua Bank, Rainbow Road Branch. Yi Yang parked his car and walked to the counter. Transfer. The clerk, Lang Mei, glanced at Yi Yang's outfit, clearly uninterested, and asked casually, your daily transfer limit is 50,000. You can't send more. Lang Mei heard he wanted to transfer 200,000, curled her lip, and said coldly, can you raise the limit? Yi Yang frowned. Lang Mei's tone made it sound like he wasn't a client, but someone who owed her money. Sure, how much? Is 100 million enough? Lang Mei rolled her eyes. She had followed a super tycoon on Douyin last night who could drop 999 carnivals in one go. She even sent him 2 photos. practically offering herself to him, but he completely ignored her. This made her insecure and very irritable today. Seeing this young guy dressed like a poor loser, she couldn't help but be snarky. What do you mean?
Yi Yang frowned,
His tone turning cold. Look at how much is in your oat cell before asking a big bot to raise your limit.
it's truly hilarious. If you're not in that circle,
Don't keep trying to squeeze in. Lang Mei was attacking Yi Yang, but really, she was attacking her own failure.
can't hook a tycoon.
I really don't know how much is in my oat cell.
Why don't you help me count?
Yi Yang sneered. Count. You poor little kid. Your meager savings are easy to see at a glance. Holy crap. Lang Mei took a look, and the digits in the balance column were insane.
She jumped up from her chair.
Covering her mouth, unable to believe her eyes.
1 0, 2 zeros.
That's over $1 billion. This is over $1 billion in cash. Anyone who can keep over $1 billion in a bank oat cell
Must have assets worth over 10 billion.
Her unintentional, insecure mockery had actually offended a super mogul.
Sir, I was wrong.
She realized she had provoked a massive disaster.
The sharp-eyed Manhwa had already been alerted. Hearing it was a super client with over $1 billion, the branch Manhwa ran down from his office, looking disheveled.
But with a fawning smile already on his face.
This client is incredible.
Mr. Yi, our front desk girl is ignorant.
I'll fire her right now. Please don't be offended.
I'll meet all your requirements. I'll upgrade you to a supreme black card for Fry.
The Manhwa kept apologizing.
Though there are many rich people in the city, this was just a branch and $1 billion client.
If he withdrew his funds,
The head office would fire him for sure.
so he didn't care about his image.
Doing his best to suck up to Yi Yang.
Yi Yang nodded slightly,
Barely satisfied with the Manhwa's attitude. The supreme black card from Donghua Bank is very prestigious.
just showing it is enough to prove one's status.
Supreme black cards have no daily transfer limit,
And the interest rates are negotiable.
usually several times higher than normal users. You need over 100 million in assets to qualify. The fees are hundreds of thousands, but with that much money,
You're guaranteed to earn millions more every year. That's why the rich just keep getting richer. You don't have to do anything.
even if the money just sits in the bank.
It keeps multiplying.
Lang Mei was completely stunned. A slip of the tongue cost her her job. This kind of drama only seen in TV shows
Actually happened to her.
This young man's power is terrifying.
She hung her head, mind blank,
Vowing never to judge a book by its cover again.
with the supreme black card,
Yi Yang transferred 200,000 to his parents.
then went out to his Lamborghini Veneno.
As soon as he got in, he got a call from his parents.
Just as expected.
Yi Yang smiled and shook his head, answering the phone. Xiao Yang,
What's going on?
why do you have so much money? Your dad accounted several times 200,000.
Mom's voice came through the phone. I started a business and made some money.
Don't worry, spend it. It's all clean money.
Yi Yang chuckled internally.
This is all sweat money earned from spending, he thought.
Ah. The parents were whispering in the background.
It took a while for them to understand what Yi Yang meant.
Starting a company?
You boss, you got talent, just like
Dad's heroic voice came through.
Oh, shut up. Mom said, worried.
Starting a business isn't stable.
It's not as secure as a regular job.
Don't overwork yourself.
I know it's not easy for you in the city.
The pressure to buy a house is too high.
If you've made some money, just come back.
Home is so much better.
Yi Yang smiled while listening to Mom's lecture.
If he had heard this before, he would have been anxious.
But now he lives in Yellow. One
His mindset is completely different.
He didn't feel any discomfort at all.
Our company is doing well.
We have a few big projects coming up, and your son is going to be a big bot. Don't worry.
Once I make more money, I'll send you more.
Yi Yang laughed. No, we don't need anything. Our salaries are enough.
Don't waste your money.
Save it for a house, a car, and a wife later.
Enough, you old woman. Your vision is so short-sighted. Our son is doing big things. His vision is far. You married me, didn't you?
Are you going to let our son just make money and not marry?
Don't you want a chubby grandson?
The old couple bickered for a while.
Yi Yang listened with a smile. With his current mindset,
Listening to his parents nagging had become a kind of happiness. Alright, Mom, I'm still far from getting married.
just spend the money. I'll send more in a few days.
I'm hanging up now. Yi Yang ended the call.
His sister is still in high school, so it's not appropriate to give her too much.
He sent her 5,000 on WeChat.
She'll probably see it after school. Alright, time to go see my property. Yi Yang whistled.
Driving his Lamborghini Veneno toward the Empire Building.
The Empire Building is his biggest trump card now. He checked it yesterday.
This building is worth at least billions.
With this building,
His assets would immediately rank among the top in China.
the potential is infinite.
Even if he did nothing, the rent alone would be hundreds of billions every decade.
It's literally a goose that lays golden eggs.
So, the difference between me and the top tycoons
Was just a building all along. Yi Yang drove casually,
arriving at the Empire Building shortly after.
It was already 10 in the morning.
After parking in the underground lot,
He walked into the building as usual. He still had some things at his old office, and he might as well quit.
Yi Yang taking a lot of heat at this internship this month.
They called it training newcomers.
But it was just exploiting labor. Plus, Jean Boujing, that troublemaker of a supervisor.
All the unfair treatment he suffered. Today he would pay it back tenfold.
Ding. The elevator opened. Yi Yang lazily walked into the internship area.
Everyone was on edge, whispering to each other.
Our supervisor got slapped in the face by Yi Yang today.
He's been waiting here to cause trouble.
Yi Yang hasn't shown up yet. Is he scared? What are you saying?
Yi Yang wouldn't be scared.
A female intern said, dissatisfied.
Then why isn't he here yet? Oomph, coward.
A few jealous male interns chimed in.
It's the truth.
The female intern couldn't argue, muttering, maybe he just overslept.
Whatever the reason.
Jean Boujing stepped on a desk.
His face twisted with rage. He had a good family background, and his brother-in-law was a company executive. He always got what he wanted.
Who dared to act arrogant in front of him? Yesterday, not only did Yi Yang act arrogant,
He made him look like a fool.
that night, his girlfriend dumped him for having no backbone.
Failed to act CU and lost his girl.
He was absolutely furious.
You dare to provoke me and now you're late?
You're dead meat, I tell you.
Not even the heavens can save you. Is that so? Yi Yang's voice came lazily.
The female intern's eyes lit up, looking over.
But then they started worrying for him. Jean Boujing really had no one to fear in this company. He was clearly burning with rage. Yi Yang is in trouble. The jealous ones were gloating.
Only Yi Yang's one true friend
Kept signaling him to be careful. Yi Yang looked at him, signaling him to watch out for Jean Boujing, and just smiled dismissively.
Zhang Xian and he had known each other since middle school.
Always his little sidekick.
He called him Bot Yi, and after graduation,
They ended up in the same company. Their relationship was solid.
Yo, you're late, you bastard.
And you're still acting tough? Jin Bujing saw his prey, jumped off the desk, adjusted his glasses, and marched over aggressively. Yi Yang chose to quit first,
Instead of revealing his identity as the owner.
because of this moment.
He knew Jin Bujing's personality. He would definitely come for him today. If he revealed his identity, that power would probably be on his knees begging for mercy.
And he wouldn't get the satisfaction of revenge. With Yi Yang's current status,
Making him and his brother-in-law get fired.
would be just one word.
But that wasn't enough to vent his anger.
Yi Yang returns kindness with kindness.
But for enemies, he doesn't hold back.
What, you want to fight?
Yi Yang chuckled. What if I do? Today, not only am I going to beat you, I'm going to make you crawl out of this company.
Jin Bujing roared. Jin, forget it.
It's not a big deal, just apologize. Zheng Xian saw the tension and tried to mediate.
Get lost. Who do you think you are? Daring to speak for him?
Jin Bujing shoved Zheng Xian aside.
Zheng Xian was furious,
But work was important.
so he didn't dare to strike first.
Beat you up, then make you crawl out. That's a good idea. Suits you. Yi Yang grinned. Are you stupid? Jin Bujing was stunned by Yi Yang's smile.
Don't act tough, I'm telling you.
Security. He wasn't sure he could beat the tall Yi Yang, so he had already colluded with the guards. I'm going to make you lose face in front of everyone today.
Step on your face.
And see how you survive in this circle.
Jin Bujing waved his hand,
And the two guards surrounded him. Sigh. Yi Yang sighed, his body moving in a blur.
he turned and delivered a high roundhouse kick.
The wind whistled, his leg becoming a blur.
Fierce to the extreme. Before the colleagues could even see it, the two guards were swept away,
Crashing into the glass door 2 meters away.
shattering it. Both fell into the broken glass,
Crying out in pain, covered in blood. Holy crap. The interns all gasped.
stunned on the spot.
Even Zheng Xian, who was about to help, was frozen.
After a long while, he finally reacted.
I say, Yi, you're hiding your skills.
You actually know martial arts?
The female interns who were worried breathed a sigh of relief. Luckily, their AI was strong in a fight. Otherwise, he'd be in danger today.
The sound of shattering glass drew other colleagues to watch.
Someone had already run to the Manhwa office. A fight. A fight. Who is it? Oh, it's Jin Bujing? Then it's fine. He always relied on his brother-in-law to be a jerk.
He finally met someone tough. Beat him to death. He deserves it.
Right. A hot-tempered guy shouted. What are you doing? Don't come over here. Jin Bujing was already terrified by Yi Yang's kick.
Crawling backward on the floor.
Eyes full of fear. I'm warning you.
My brother-in-law is Manhwa Jiogao.
Just lie what you were about to do. Yi Yang stepped on Jin Bujing's face.
Weren't you acting so tough? Why can't you stand up now? Yi Yang stomped Jin Bujing's face under his foot. Aren't you so tough?
Why can't you stand up now?
Yi Yang's colleagues were stunned. He's so bold today. Though the interns and staff felt relieved, they knew better.
The people he offended are powerful.
And petty to boot. He's going to face retaliation.
Yi Yang, what are you doing? Let Jin Bujing go.
The managers heard about the fight
And rushed over to stop it.
And if I don't?
Yi Yang pressed his foot down.
His strength was beyond normal now. A bit more pressure could crush his skull.
Brother-in-law, help me. I'm my sister's only brother. If anything happens, she'll kill you. Jin Bujing wailed. Let him go.
You lowly intern, you're late.
You're fighting, and you're insubordinate. I'm firing you today.
I'll have you sent to the police station, locked up for years,
And your future ruined. Manhwa Jiogao shouted in a rage.
Yi Yang sneered and lifted his foot. With his status, he wouldn't kill a guy like Jin in public.
His true status.
Jin crawled behind Manhwa Jiogao, a bloody footprint on his face,
Glaring at Yi Yang with fear and hate. You're finished, I'm telling you. Seeing Jin was safe, Manhwa Jiogao regained his arrogant confidence.
He sneered. I'll show you how the rich deal with people.
Really? Yi Yang raised an eyebrow.
You think you're rich? Just as Gao was about to threaten him, Yi Yang's phone rang.
Hello? Det, this is Yi Yang.
Is this Mr. Yi?
I'm the chairman of the Empire Building and head of the joint organization.
I'd like to discuss the building's future.
The caller was very polite. I'm Yi Yang.
No need to talk on the phone. I'm on the 10th floor. Let's talk now. Yi Yang said casually and hung up before they could reply.
What's he doing? Calling for backup?
A kid who just started working in Shanghai. Has no connections. He's just putting on a show. The others whispered. Manhwa Jiogao waited with interest, wanting to see how pathetic his backup would be.
They'll have to call me dad when they see me.
He'd crush Yi Yang's confidence, then send him to jail.
That would be satisfying.
100th floor, board of directors. Mr. Yi said he's coming for an inspection. The chairman said, looking anxious. Where is Mr. Yi now?
We must drive down to meet him. We have to show him proper respect.
All the chairman agreed. No need, he's on the 10th floor.
He wants us to go there. He sounds upset.
He might have run into some trouble. The chairmen were worried. They all looked at Zhang Wanmin, who is usually quiet.
Old Zhang, isn't the 10th floor your sop K company?
Did you offend Mr. Yi? I wouldn't dare.
Not even if I had 800 lives.
I've never even met Mr. Yi.
Zhang Wanmin turned pale.
If he caused trouble for the board, he was doomed. I hope it wasn't my staff. He prayed silently. What are we waiting for?
Let's go to the 10th floor to greet Mr. Yi.
Do you want him to come up here? Bong Xiao urged them.
Det, let's go. Ding. The elevator opened. The executives surrounding Yi Yang
Looked over instinctively.
Ha, they're here already.
That was fast.
Are they here to call me dad?
Manhwa Jiogao sneered as he turned, but his legs went weak and his smile vanished. Isn't that the chairman of Xinmingdi's eye? No way. This kid can't know a billionaire, worth tens of billions. Then, something even more shocking happened. After the chairman of Xinming, the chairman of every floor poured out. The elusive, mysterious chairman. We're flooding the 10th floor like dumplings. What the hell? What's going on? Are all the chairmen here? Everyone was stunned. Dozens of billionaires were all here at once. The sheer presence was overwhelming. Manhwa Jiogao tried to ask Zhang Wanmin what was happening, hoping to suck up to him, but Zhang shoved him aside. He watched as the chairman bowed to the guy he had looked down on, the guy he thought was dead meat. What is going on? Not just Gao. Everyone's brains had stopped working. My God, they really are the chairman. Why are they all here?
And they're heading straight for Yi Yang. Is Yi Yang actually a hidden billionaire? Did he join the company for a girl? Oh, how romantic.
The female interns started daydreaming.
Only Zhang Xian, who knew Yi Yang best, scratched his head.
Completely lost.
Mr. Yi, I'm the chairman of Donghua, and chairman of the Empire Building, and head of the joint organization. Bong Xiao, a man worth billions,
was a true titan. Seeing the broken door and the groaning guards, he guessed what happened. He felt nervous. He cursed those idiots,
daring to offend the owner of the Empire Building.
The other chairman, all titans in their own right, saw the mess and were equally horrified.
They all smiled apologetically at Yi Yang.
Yi Yang nodded slightly.
These chairmen would be paying him rent for a long time. He had to keep them in line. Mr. Yi,
did something happen to upset you?
Tell us, and we'll fix it immediately.
Zhang Wanmin, quick to read the room, stepped up and promised.
Boom. No more guessing.
These chairmen were here for Yi Yang,
and they were being very humble,
as if they needed something from him. Everyone was floored. An intern who clocked in with them yesterday
was being fawned over by billionaires. This challenged their entire worldview.
Yi Yang pointed his chin,
his cold eyes fixed on the trembling Manhwa Jiogao, who looked like he'd lost his soul.
Damn, it really is this brat.
Zhang Wanmin shivered, knowing he was in trouble.
He looked furious.
Gao Dan, explain yourself. How did you offend Mr. Yi?
What the hell is going on?
Manhwa Jiogao roared internally, wishing he could just jump out a window.
He thought Yi Yang's guest would have to call him dad,
but reality was the opposite. Yi Yang had brought a group of
super rich titans to back him up. Any one of them could ruin him.
With a snap of their fingers.
He was terrified. His previous bravado vanished.
He couldn't even speak properly. Chairman Zhang.
What's going on?
What's going on? Zhang Wanmin was fuming. Standing before you is Mr. Yi,
the owner of the entire Empire Building.
He's worth hundreds of billions.
How dare you?
You idiot, offend Mr. Yi.
The owner of the Empire Building?
The whole place erupted.
Everyone gasped.
What does that even mean?
He's not just a rich kid. He's a self-made billionaire.
He's at the top of the food chain in China. And the craziest part is, this terrifying figure
is the intern they thought they could bully?
The female interns covered their mouths, looking at Yi Yang with dreamy eyes.
I actually guessed it right. So young, handsome, and rich. Oh my god, he's perfect. As everyone upstairs was left speechless,
Gao Dan's brain exploded. He stuttered.
Chairman Zhang, are you joking? You must be joking. This kid is just an intern we're about to fire. How could he be the owner of the Empire Building?
Now it was the chairman's turn to be confused.
What's going on? I've been interning here for 2 months. I've learned a lot today. Yi Yang shrugged nonchalantly.
Mr. Yi, you're joking.
The chairman didn't believe he was actually an intern.
A billionaire like him must have his own quirks.
Maybe he's here undercover for an inspection.
Your vision is incredible, and your methods are unique.
You're a true business genius.
Exactly.
Thank you for coming here to inspect. Mr. Yi.
The chairman kept flattering him. Yi Yang was speechless. He really was just an intern.
Gao Dan, you bastard.
Explain everything clearly, or we won't let you off.
Zhang Wanmin roared, making Gao's knees buckle. Under the pressure of the chairman,
he told the whole shittery,
from start to finish, without leaving anything out. As he spoke, the chairmen were horrified.
Bullying Mr. Yi,
withholding his intern pay, and even trying to fire him? My god.
And the most ridiculous part was Jin Buzheng planning to humiliate and beat up Mr. Yi.
Before he left,
Zhang Wanmin felt like his lungs were going to explode.
How did he end up with such a bold, stupid Manhwa Jiogao? He wanted to throw Gao and Jin right out the window. But as a man of status, he suppressed his anger,
and turned to Yi Yang with a smile. Mr. Yi, I apologize on behalf of the company.
Whatever you want to do to them, we'll do it. I won't say a word against it. Let's do what he planned to do to me.
Yi Yang said casually. Oh cool. Zhang Wanmin agreed immediately. At least there was a solution. If Yi Yang didn't get his way today, his company would be in danger.
Thank you for giving me a chance to make amends, Mr. Yi.
Zhang Wanmin said gratefully. Chairman Zhang.
I've been with you for over 10 years. I've worked hard for you.
You can't do this. Gao Dan completely broke down.
Oomph, you caused such a mess.
I haven't even started with you yet.
Zhang Wanmin shouted. You and Jin Buzheng are fired.
From my company, affected immediately. Security, take these two and the ones on the floor
to the police station.
Tell them they were causing trouble and tried to hurt Mr. Yi.
He turned back to Yi Yang with a smile. Mr. Yi, is this acceptable? I'll personally oversee the rest. With his resources,
he could ensure they were punished severely. At the very least, conspiring to harm a 6AI Pi
was a charge they couldn't escape. They'd be in jail for years. Yi Yang nodded, satisfied.
Jin Buzheng wailed as the guards dragged him away. I'm the one who got beaten up.
You're twisting the truth.
Put. Seeing Jin's miserable, wronged look,
the crowd couldn't help but laugh. This bully who oppressed newcomers finally got what he deserved. He really shot himself in the foot today. Alright, disperse. Don't you have work to do? Zhang Wanmin spoke to the employees, clearing the air. Seeing the chairman speak,
they didn't dare watch anymore,
and went back to their desks.
Mr. Yi, please follow us.
Alright,
the employees watched.
As Yi Yang was escorted upstairs by the chairman. As soon as they left, the 10th floor
erupted into heated discussion.
What happened today was just too shocking. The twists and turns were unbelievable.
First, Jin Buzheng tried to set Yi Yang up, and everyone thought Yi Yang was doomed.
But he used his hidden skills
to easily resolve the danger,
and beat Jin up.
Then Manhwa Jiogao appeared,
and everyone thought Yi Yang would be fired, his future ruined. Then the chairman appeared like gods,
and Yi Yang's identity shifted from an intern
to the billionaire owner of the Empire Building.
It's like a dream.
I couldn't even dream of this. I told you Yi Yang wasn't ordinary. Too bad I didn't have the courage to suck up to him. If I knew who he was, I would have stood up to Jin Buzheng too,
and helped the billionaire beat him up.
Yeah, right, you're just a hindsight hero. Today's events will become a legend on the 10th floor, passed down among employees for years to come.
Shanghai Empire Building, top floor.
Joint board office.
Yi Yang sat in the main seat.
Below him
them were the chairman. Mr. Yi, our contracts are up for renewal next month. We followed the previous owner's terms and drafted a suggested contract. Please take a look and see if it's acceptable. Chairman Fang Xiao respectfully handed over a contract with both hands.
Yi Yang glanced at the contract.
He had a copy in his personal space. He didn't know how the system did it, but it was mostly the same. And these companies even offered to pay 15% more rent, which was quite sincere. He pretended to read it,
feeling a bit embarrassed. He needed to buy a law firm soon to help him manage his assets. He didn't study finance,
so he couldn't actually read the legal jargon.
But after comparing it to the old contract,
he saw that besides the rent increase, everything else was the same. He was sure the contract was fine. The chairman held their breath, watching Yi Yang,
a young billionaire who bought the whole building.
Must be a genius. He couldn't possibly be ignorant of finance. They didn't dare try to trick him. After discussing,
they were sure Yi Yang was a major player,
so they didn't dare play any games. They even offered to raise the rent, fearing he wouldn't be satisfied. Not bad. Yi Yang closed the contract, his expression indifferent as always. Phew. All the chairman breathed a sigh of relief. Since you're so sincere,
we'll go with this contract.
The rent for the next 10 years should be in my otsa within 3 days, totaling 18.9 billion. Debt, Mr. Yi, don't worry, we'll handle it as soon as possible.
The chairmen were overjoyed.
They didn't expect the new owner to be so reasonable and not make things difficult for them. Since the contract is signed, I won't stay any longer. Yi Yang stood up. Let's see Mr. Yi out. The chairmen were very attentive, escorting Yi Yang to his car, watching the Lamborghini Veneno drive away.
They finally felt at ease.
He's truly a young talent. He even has a Lamborghini Veneno.
For these billionaires,
such a top-tier supercar was worth a king's ransom. A car worth nearly 100 million
was a massive luxury. To spend 100 million on a car without blinking,
he must be worth hundreds of billions. Yi Yang was in a good mood, being fawned over by these billionaires.
People he only saw on the news. Felt pretty good.
Plus, dealing with the bully Jean Bouzhong made him feel refreshed. It was time to get a new wardrobe. Yi Yang looked at his clothes, which cost less than 1,000 yuan. He shook his head and smiled. As a billionaire,
wearing these didn't fit his status.
No. 6. Fashion Street is the biggest luxury hub in Shanghai.
Let's go there.
Yi Yang made up his mind and stepped on the gas.
The Lamborghini Veneno's engine roared. Like a wild beast waking up.
Vroom. The car set off.
The pedestrians caught in the wind
didn't feel annoyed.
They were filled with envy and awe.
No. 6. Shanghai Luxury District.
After parking in the luxury lot,
Yi Yang stepped out of the Veneno and walked into a random store.
Welcome, sir.
The service in luxury stores is usually very aristocratic, but Yi Yang's outfit was too shabby. The sales clerks only offered basic politeness, none of them wanting to be his personal shopper. Everyone's time is valuable, after all.
Yi Yang looked like a poor kid just here to look around.
They didn't want to waste time on him. If they couldn't get a commission, nobody wanted to waste their time, except for one person.
A new college grad, a cute girl, saw Yi Yang and her eyes lit up. Seeing such a handsome guy being ignored, she felt bad for him.
What kind of items are you looking for, sir? Yi Yang looked at her name tag and saw her name was Gao Xiaoxin. He saw the looks from the other clerks,
but he didn't care. They'd regret it soon enough.
A whole new outfit from head to toe. Give me the most expensive stuff. Yi Yang gestured, showing he wanted a complete change. Gao Xiaoxin nodded. Follow me, put. The other clerks couldn't help but laugh.
Look at that poor kid, pretending to be a big spender.
He's putting on a show, and Xiaoxin is actually buying it.
She thinks she found a big client.
Oh, so young. If she had my 35 years of experience, she'd know
that wasting time on a poor guy just here to look
is just throwing money away.
Yeah, she's too young.
A few experienced clerks
who thought they could never be wrong sneered.
Gao Xiaoxin, you're too young. For menswear,
we have all the top 10 luxury brands.
The number 1, Brioni, is custom only.
If you want custom, we can contact the designers for you, but it'll take at least a month. If you want to buy something today,
Armani and Versace have new arrivals. That would look great on you.
Gao Xiaoxin explained carefully. She could see Yi Yang's clothes were shabby, but she was protecting his dignity, treating him like a real customer.
She was so patient. Oh, I see. Yi Yang scratched his head. Brioni, let's start with 10 custom suits. The highest standard, one of a kind.
2 for each season. And get me 2 more.
Interesting outfits. Have them delivered within half a month. The price doesn't matter.
Gao Xiaoxin blinked. Are you joking, sir?
Brioni's custom suits start at 560,000 euros each. 10 suits would be 5 million euros. Rush orders double the price. In Chinese currency, that's 10 million. 10 million? Yi Yang raised an eyebrow. Debt. Gao Xiaoxin nodded, kindly reminding Yi Yang, if you think the price is too high, change the brand. 10 sets for 10 million? Too cheap. Yi Yang shook his head. With the revenge system, I have to spend big to earn big. 10 million is indeed not much. Is Blanio the world's most expensive custom brand? Not exactly. Blanio is just the most expensive for large-scale private tailoring. It's not the top-ranked company.
There are world-renowned super-luxury master studios. The most expensive diamond suit ever was crafted by Master Stewart.
It's one of a kind in the world, priced at 1 million UETD.
A single suit sold for over 7 million.
Yi Yang nodded. That sounds decent. I might order a few sets later. Gao Xiaoxin gave a bitter smile, feeling a bit disappointed in Yi Yang.
If such a handsome guy could just be realistic and keep his feet on the ground. Clearly, a 7-million dollars suit
is just bragging. Aside from custom pieces,
all the other men's clothing in your store could be bought twice over for every season.
Just pack them up and send them to Villa No. 1 at Yunding Mountain. Yi Yang thought of the surprisingly large walk-in closet in his villa. Even buying this many clothes,
it would barely fill up a small corner of it.
Looking at Yi Yang's expression, he didn't seem to be joking at all. Gao Xiaoxin was stunned.
Could her kindness have really hit the jackpot?
Did she need a super tycoon? What are you waiting for? Swipe the card. Yi Yang tossed his Supreme Black card to Gao Xiaoxin. Gao Xiaoxin caught it with trembling hands. As an intern in a luxury store, she definitely recognized the Donghua Bank's Supreme Black card.
It's only for members of the Billionaire Club. Now she fully understood. The handsome guy in front of her was a real-deal tycoon.
The experienced sales associates who had just brought in new customers
and previously mocked Yi Yang and Gao Xiaoxin were now completely dumbfounded.
A Supreme Black card? He really is a tycoon. I actually misjudged him. The sales associates were on the verge of tears, seeing Yi Yang's wholesale shopping style. They had worked here for years, but had never heard of or seen anything like this. How much commission is Gao Xiaoxing going to get from this? It's more than all of our commissions combined over the last few years. The female sales associates were full of regret, blaming themselves for being blind. They didn't realize Yi Yang was a hidden super tycoon. Luxury goods aren't as expensive as I thought. Looking at the 8 million deducted from the card, Yi Yang muttered. He bought over 100 sets of clothes and shoes. It averages out to about 80,000 per set. It's really not expensive. The store Manhwa was so startled she ran out. The bot was a mature, graceful woman in black stockings, with extraordinary temperament. Although not as beautiful as Yumomo, she had a unique charm. Mr. Yi, we will contact the Blanio designer for you as quickly as possible. This is our store's black gold card. Please keep it. Once we contact the Blanio designer and finalize the styles, you can pay the deposit. I will personally visit your villa at Yunding Mountain then. We can discuss the details. Yi Yang nodded indifferently. To him, it was just a mere 10 million level expense. But for the store owner, Chang Wei, it was a huge deal she couldn't afford to ignore. System, detected you spent 8 million on clothing. Reward, exclusive ownership of all shares in Stewart's workshop. That sounds familiar. Yi Yang remembered. Isn't Stewart the super design master who makes the world's most expensive suits and is known for being incredibly arrogant? Talk about getting exactly what I wanted. Yi Yang's clothes were delivered to the villa by a special car. He didn't plan to stay long, turning around and heading out to buy a watch next door. He left behind a group of saleswomen, filled with endless regret, crying internally as they stared at his back. The poor play with cars, the rich play with watches. If there isn't a luxury watch on your wrist, you can't call yourself a tycoon. Since he decided to change his whole look, he naturally couldn't leave out a watch. Vacheron Constantin. Yi Yang looked up at the store name. Even though he was just a poor college student before, that didn't stop him from knowing the names of world-famous watches. Vacheron Constantin is the noble king of watches, a top-tier world-class brand. Wearing an Armani suit worth over 100,000. The saleswomen's eyes lit up. They all rushed over, competing to serve him, afraid that if they were late, this big client would be snatched away. The contrast was quite obvious. Yi Yang smiled slightly and shook his head, about to say something, when a surprised voice rang out from behind. Yi Yang raised an eyebrow and turned around. It's actually you. The boy opposite him was wearing expensive top-tier summer menswear, and the girl beside him was also dressed fashionably. Although her looks weren't top-tier, her temperament added a lot to her score. These two were Yi Yang's college classmates. The man was Su Pengfei, and the girl was Kai Maomao. Su Pengfei was the richest second-generation heir in the class, and Kai Maomao was the class beauty. It was rumored that Kai Maomao once had a crush on him. I didn't expect these two to be a couple now. I really didn't expect to see you in a luxury store like this. Su Pengfei naturally knew Kai Maomao used to lie Yi Yang, so his tone was filled with sarcasm. Goddesses eventually belonged to the rich. Handsome, good grades? What's the use if you have no money? After the simple days of college, you have to look at family capital in society. Thinking of this, Su Pengfei's confidence exploded. Why? Is Vacheron Constantin owned by your family? If I had known, I wouldn't have come. Yi Yang shrugged, replying indifferently. Su Pengfei was speechless. Although his family was wealthy, Vacheron Constantin was a world-famous super watch company. In front of such a super company, his family wasn't even worth a fart. What I mean is, I'm surprised that you, having graduated for only a few months, can afford to wear Armani and dare to step into the store to look at watches. I'm afraid this money didn't come from a legitimate source, right? In school, Yi Yang was brilliant, but now that he's in society, he still dares to put on airs and not show him respect? How could he stand it? So he directly mocked him coldly. Alright, Pengfei, say less. Kai Maomao shook Su Pengfei's arm, looking at Yi Yang with a hint of worry and pity. She did lie Yi Yang once, but after seeing the reality of society, she had to compromise with a rich heir. She knew Yi Yang's family background. Even if he made some money with his talent, he could afford Armani. But compared to Su Pengfei's family business, he was still many levels behind. Su Pengfei's jealousy grew stronger, and he sneered directly. What? Did you see a watch you like? I know the owner of this store very well. Do you want me to buy a better one for you? Stop looking at those cheap watches worth 100,000. Otherwise, you'll always just be a poor loser. He deliberately showed off the $1 million Patek Philippe on his wrist. Today, he brought Kai Maomao here to broaden her horizons. If she agreed to his advances, he'd take her home tonight. If he was in a good mood after the final step, he might spend a few $100,000 on a watch. As a reward for Kai Maomao, the saleswoman nearby saw the $1 million watch on Su Pengfei's wrist, and her eyes lit up. This customer looked much better than Yi Yang. Luckily, I was a step late. This is the real big spender. A group of saleswomen left Yi Yang's side and stuck to Su Pengfei. Su Pengfei's mouth curled into an uncontrollable smile, as if to say, see, in the face of absolute strength, you are just an insignificant speck of dust. Yi Yang shrugged, not needing any sales assistance anymore. The prices were all there anyway. Just pick whichever looks good and pack it up. He came here to buy a watch, and also to spend money. After all, he has to spend money to earn money now. Seeing Yi Yang completely ignore him, as if he were just a bug not worth noticing, Su Pengfei felt a wave of irritation. His attempt to show off didn't cause the other party any harm at all. Instead, the other party's constant indifference made him look like a fool. Alright, Pengfei, didn't we come here to pick a watch for me? Don't be angry. Kai Maomao kept trying to persuade him. Su Pengfei snorted through his nose, and followed Yi Yang into the inner hall. Brat, you think you can walk into the inner hall just because you made a little money? Don't get scared to death by the prices later. The watches in the outer hall are all under $1 million. The ones over $1 million are all in the inner hall. Well, after entering the inner hall, Yi Yang nodded with satisfaction. The prices are reasonable enough. The watches outside are too cheap. I probably wouldn't get any good rewards. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Yi Yang strolled around casually, seeing the styles that looked CU or matched his aesthetic, and just pointed at them. Su Pengfei and the saleswomen who followed in saw him pick 7 or 8 collection-level supreme treasures worth millions. Holy crap, what is this kid doing? Is he restocking here? Su Pengfei was stunned. Does he think these watches are fried? He just takes whatever he likes? He now highly suspected that Yi Yang was nearsighted and saw the last 3 digits of the price tag. Otherwise, even his father wouldn't dare to buy watches like this. What are you grabbing randomly? Do you know each of these watches is worth millions? Can you afford to pay if you break them? Su Pengfei shouted in anger and embarrassment. Yi Yang's actions also alarmed the Vacheron Constantin branch Manhwa. After all, except for the Emerald KV, almost all the supreme level watches in the store were swept away by Yi Yang, totaling tens of millions to over 100 million. Just these. The others are too ugly. Yi Yang waved his hand casually. Su Pengfei sneered, pretend, keep pretending. Let's see how long you can keep it up. You'll be exposed once you have to pay. Just as Su Pengfei was preparing to watch Yi Yang make a fool of himself, the system notification sounded again. System, detected you spent 75.98 million on ordinary watches. Reward, 45% of global shares in Vacheron Constantine. Yi Yang raised an eyebrow. It seems his previous guess was correct. The system's rewards depend largely on the type of his spending. He looked at Su Pengfei with some sympathy. While he was busy mocking him, he had already earned a world-class company. Swipe the card. Yi Yang handed over the Supreme Black Card. The moment he saw the Supreme Black Card, Su Pengfei's heart trembled. A black card represents personal assets of over 100 million. That's real bank savings of over 100 million. Although he was a wealthy second-generation heir, he had to ask his family for money to buy cars and watches. His personal savings were only a pathetic few million. He was still miles away from the black card threshold. How could he possibly have a black card? Su Pengfei was stunned. As the card was swiped, the Vacheron Constantine Information Network suddenly popped up encrypted information. The branch Manhwa was shocked. This situation was very rare. This meant that the owner of the bank card was a super encrypted executive of the entire Vacheron Constantine company. She looked at Yi Yang with surprise. Mr. Yi, please wait a moment. Yi Yang raised an eyebrow. This change must be related to him just obtaining the controlling stake in Vacheron Constantine. In such a large company, even the chairman would be lucky to have 20 to 30% of the shares. He had suddenly acquired 45% of the shares, becoming the actual controlling owner of Vacheron Constantine. Ah, finally exposed, right? Su Pengfei let out a long sigh of relief. I knew this kid was just bluffing. Ha, Kai Maomao looked at Su Pengfei with disgust, doubting her choice even more. THTH this. Branch Manhwa Gong Xiaoqing entered the Manhwa OS packbook. After seeing the decrypted information, beads of sweat instantly appeared on her palms. Her whole body was soaked in cold sweat. She stood up repeatedly, bowing respectfully toward Yi Yang. I'm sorry, Chairman Yi, I was blind. I really didn't know you were gracing us with your presence. She was terrified and clearly scared out of her wits. The young man in front of her was actually the actual controlling owner of the entire global Vacheron Constantine company, holding 45% of the equity. And such a super tycoon came to her store and only bought some cheap watches worth a few million. He was clearly giving her a warning. Ah, it was my ignorance. She was full of regret. Chairman Yi, I shouldn't have let these low-end goods offend your eyes. Please wait for me. After saying that, she turned around and hurried into the innermost core room. What is going on? Shouldn't he have no money on his card and be kicked out by security? And what did she just call him? Chairman Yi, does a poor loser like him deserve to be called chairman? Su Pengfei was completely confused, unable to understand the situation in front of him at all. The saleswomen nearby were also blinking their eyes. If Su Pengfei was just confused, then they were feeling terrified. Gong Xiaoqing is one of the 3 general managers of the entire Vacheron Constantine China region. Her status is transcendent and her net worth is high. Even a billionaire couldn't make her bow her head because there was no need. Even if she met the richest man in China, at most she would be polite and respectful. But not lie she just did. Lie she saw her own father, scared to the point of breaking into a cold sweat. What exactly is this young man's identity? To make such a big figure like Manhwa Gong have such a huge reaction? They vaguely and uneasily realized that their choice just now was too rash. A super big shot who could scare Manhwa Gong into a cold sweat was on a completely different level than a rich heir wearing $1 million watch. Chairman Yi, Chairman Yi. The saleswomen muttered, the obvious answer hovering in their minds, but they couldn't bring themselves to believe it. After all, it was too incredible. In front of the safe in the inner room, click, click, Gong Xiaoqing, with the utmost care and caution, opened the safe and carefully took out the gold inlaid diamond watch box inside. The value of this box alone was higher than all the watches Yi Yang bought just now combined. It was worth even more. Phew, this one should be worthy of Chairman Yi's status. If I present this, Chairman Yi should be slightly satisfied. Gong Xiaoqing is one of the 3 general managers of Vacheron Constantine in China. Her status is transcendent, but her status and position were given by Vacheron Constantine, and Yi Yang is the owner of Vacheron Constantine. One word from him could strip her of all her glory and status. How could she dare not be respectful? Returning to the front desk, she smiled obsequiously. Chairman Yi, this is the only one allocated to the China region. The Vacheron Constantine let's have a note of your series 80253000295993. Since you need a watch, this one barely matches your status. Yi Yang had only heard of some luxury watch names before and wasn't very clear about the specific grading, so he had no concept of what Gong Xiaoqing said. Vacheron Constantine let's have a note of your series 80253000295993. Su Pengfei exclaimed. Manhwa Gong, what are you doing? Others might not know, but the cabinet is 80,253. Could he, a top-tier rich heir who plays with watches all year round, not know? The Vacheron Constantine let's have a note of your series 80253000295993 is limited to only 6 pieces worldwide. Not 600, not 60, only 6. One of them is currently worn by President Putin of Russia. The price cannot even describe this watch, because this watch cannot be bought with money. To wear this watch, you need a supreme status to interpret it. Yi Yang, a poor loser, comparing himself to world-class big shots like President Putin? Is he crazy? What? Chairman Yi is the global controlling owner of our Vacheron Constantine company. Only this kind of watch face is worthy of his status. There is no why. Gong Xiaoqing scolded angrily. She had an impression of Su Pengfei, as his father once had a brief acquaintance with her. At this moment, the kid was also well-intentioned, but Su Pengfei, a small rich heir, wasn't even a bug in front of Yi Yang. If they really became enemies, his whole family would be dragged into it. Now that she scolded him, and incidentally pointed out Yi Yang's identity, it was also to make Su Pengfei's brain clear up a bit, and not be a fool. Manhwa Gong, WH, what did you say? Su Pengfei was completely confused. His whole brain a blank. Global controlling owner of Vacheron Constantine? Even Kai Maomao couldn't help but cover her mouth, exclaiming in SOC, looking at Yi Yang with infinite vibration in her eyes. If I had known this in college, no matter what the cost, I shouldn't have missed him. This might be the most perfect boyfriend in the world. What is Su Pengfei compared to Yi Yang's status? I must be dreaming. Su Pengfei shook his head. Sigh. Gong Xiaoqing sighed in her heart. As long as this little brat doesn't cause trouble for her and continues to provoke Mr. Yi, everything is fine. When she learned that the young man in front of her was the controlling owner, she was also genuinely startled. This one is nigh. It looks quite beautiful. Yi Yang put on the cabinet ears 8025300002, nodding with satisfaction at Gong Xiaoqing. You are very sensible. I will remember you. After walking out of the Vacheron Constantine store, he strolled around on both sides, buying a new phone and some small gadgets he was interested in, spending a total of several million. After finishing the entire Del No. 6 luxury area. Yi Yang had completely changed into a brand new look. Armani suit. Vacheron Constantin Cavanotier 0002. Lamborghini Veneno. Finally, he looked a bit like a tycoon should. Yi Yang looked in the rearview mirror, quite satisfied with his outfit. People rely on clothes, now with noble attire on, and a temperament bonus from his mastery of national martial arts. The already handsome and sunny Yi Yang became dazzling. Just standing on the street attracted the attention of countless beauties. The beauties who come to stop in the luxury area naturally have extremely high standards, but even they, when seeing the dazzling Yi Yang, couldn't help but blush and have their hearts race. But seeing Yi Yang's outfit, these beauties all felt ashamed of themselves. Where would ordinary beauties dare to get close to such a super tycoon? At least they had to be very confident in their own looks and conditions. New message. Yi Yang opened WeChat. Looking at the new message Lin Shuer sent him. Brother Yi, where are you now? Are you fried tonight? We agreed that I would treat you to dinner. Cute/playful. Yi Yang shook his head. Last night, Lin Shuer saw him give so many tips and wanted to return the tip money to him. He also said half-jokingly that she should treat him to dinner today, and that would be enough to pay back the money. He didn't expect this little girl to take it seriously. I'll go pick you up. You just need to choose a good place to eat. Yi Yang replied, oh cool. I'll wait for you downstairs at my place. Playful. Putting away his phone, Yi Yang opened the car door, ready to pick up Lin Shuer. Handsome, you're too. See you. Can I add you on WeChat? Yi Yang raised an eyebrow, turning his head with bright eyes. There are many fashionable beauties in Delno. 6. But this girl wearing a beautiful hanfu with an exquisite egg-shaped face was still incredibly bright. See, can I? The girl was about 19 years old, and her cute big eyes were flashing with expectation. For such a pure young girl to take the initiative to add him on WeChat, Yi Yang naturally wouldn't miss it. But after smiling and adding each other on WeChat, he drove the Lamborghini Veneno away. To see you. Long after Yi Yang left, Lin Shuer's fangirl smile still hadn't faded. Now let's see which of those girls in the circle dares to mock me for not being able to find a Comic-Con CP. If I could hook up with that handsome guy, it would definitely dazzle the whole place. Hi yo, in front of Fuhua residential area, Lin Shuer had specially dressed up carefully before going out. The crimson lip makeup wasn't flashy, but instead made her exquisite face look incredibly alluring. The milky white over-the-knee tulle skirt swayed and drifted with the midsummer evening breeze. Just her back view was so beautiful it didn't seem to belong to the human world. Passers-by's eyes were fixed on Lin Shuer. Some even crashed their electric scooters into utility poles because of it. Too beautiful. I feel like the stars on TV can't even compare to her. Sigh, clearly she's taken and waiting for someone. I wonder which pile of cow dung occupied such a beautiful flower. Anyway, it's not you, huh? Get lost. Passers-by were discussing it. Lin Shuer was used to these discussions. Every time she dressed up carefully, she was bound to be the focus of everyone's attention. However, she had no intention of paying it